Hey guys, welcome to another product showcase. This product is brought to us by RaidMax, and this is their Vampire full tower ATX case. Okay, first off, we're just going to take a quick look at the box. You can tell by the box that it's huge. They have a picture of it on the front there. On the side, we have some basic specifications on it. External drive bays, 5 1/4 inch. Internal drive bays, we have 7 3.5 inch / 2.5 inch SSDs. System boards, it'll take a micro ATX and ATX, SSI CEB, extended ATX, flex ATX. Expansion slots, it has 10 PCI slots. Input output ports, it has USB 3, there's 2 of them. USB 2, there's 2 of them. And audio, there's 2 for your microphone and headphone. I'm going to spin this around here on the back. Look at some of the features on it. Actually, we're going to look at a lot of these once we open it up. But as you can see, they pretty much display all of the information on the back, including the fan controller that it has, your front USBs, there's a hot swap drive in it, removable top mesh, water cooling support, rear fan filter for the PSU. What other features do we have here? It's a tool-less design. You can add 2 120mm fans to the side of it. It comes with a rear 140mm and a front 200mm. So let me get the box open here and we'll see what it comes with. I just want to show you how well they package them for shipping. They actually include a box inside the box to help protect the case itself. And then inside the box we have all kinds of hard foam insulation packed in there to make sure that the case isn't going to move around when you're shipping it. Okay, first thing we're going to do is just have a look at the front of the case. Here you can see the 5 1/4 inch drive bays. These are all tool-less design, so they can easily be popped out and add a DVD drive or what have you there. This uses a flat black rubberized finish on the front, so it pretty much makes it scratch resistant, so you can't easily scratch it trying to install things or moving it around. Has some nice styling on it. There is an included 200mm fan in the front. That is a blue lit fan. We'll have a look at that when we pop that open. Let me turn it around to the side here. We'll show you the side cover. This does come with a nice large acrylic window in it already. It has mounts here for 2 120mm fans that you can add for cooling for your video cards. This is a thumb screw type side panel. So it is a completely tool-less design, so let me just pop this open quick and we'll have a look at the inside of the case. Okay, here's our package with all of our additional stuff. I imagine this is going to be our standoffs if they're not already included, as well as twist ties and stuff for cable management. Okay, and inside the box we have a user's manual that will explain some of the information on the case. We have some Velcro straps for cable management. There's also 5 of these peel and stick cable routing clips, as well as a bunch of zip strips or zip ties, whatever you want to call them, for cable management. And then they have a nice assortment of screws that are all labeled: motherboard screws, screws for your drives themselves. Everything is nicely labeled in individual bags. That will make it a lot easier when it comes to assembling. All right, we're going to have a look at the drive bays themselves. There is 7 of them here, so you have the option to add lots of different hard drives. Each one of these bays pops right out. It has mountings on it for 2.5 inch drives, as well as these all fit 3.5, so you could run 2.5 or 3.5 in any of these bays. No matter what you want to use it for, whether you want to set up a RAID array or use it for a home media server or home server of sorts, you just put the drives in and pop them in. Okay, to install a DVD drive or what have you, you just remove that front cover, slide it in here, and then these locks push in and forward, and that locks the drive in place. So you can replace your Blu-ray drive or DVD drive without needing a screwdriver or any screws. Inside the case here, you got plenty of room for cable management. This will take a large motherboard, up to an extended size motherboard. As you can see, there's already grommets in here for cable management, which is nice to run the holes through there. Let me just run the dimensions past you quickly. This thing is 390 millimeters from top to bottom inside, and forward to back is 265 millimeters up to the grommets here for your motherboard, and then from the back to the front for video cards is 330 millimeters. So you can put some huge video cards in there, a very large motherboard. Okay, on the bottom, I'll see if I can tilt this a little bit for you. Probably won't pick it up very well, but there is a fan filter in the bottom here. That could also be replaced, I believe, with a 140 millimeter fan. There is ventilation here for your power supply. That does have a removable filter right in the back of the case that you can simply pull out and clean off. Let's spin this around to the back here. So you can see there's 10 PCI slots here. It does come with an included 140 millimeter fan. There is a mount also for 120. So if you're going to use a one-piece cooler like an H60 or maybe an H2O 620 or something, and it comes with an included 120 millimeter fans, you can use that liquid cooler in this. You can see there's 4 grommets here for water cooling hoses where your backing plate would be, and a bottom mounted power supply. They also include a nice big sticker here that says RaidMax Vampire on it. Up here on the top you can see there's some thumb screws, and those are to remove this top panel for cleaning or to add additional coolers up there. We'll look at that in a second. I'm just going to spin it around on this side to show you it's just a plain panel. On the back side there is no ventilation, no fans, anything like that on there. So let's take that top cover off and I'll show you how that works. Just tip this down, hopefully. You remove these 2 thumb screws here, and this whole top piece should slide off. Just like that. As you can see, it's got a huge mounting area here. It also does have an included dust filter for keeping your fans clean. As you can see, it's kind of a weird shape because it gives you the option to mount 2 120 millimeter fans, or 2 140 millimeter fans, or 1 single 200 millimeter fan if you want a big quiet fan on it. While we have it tilted down here, I'm going to show you some of the other features on the top. For one, this is our fan control here. This will control up to 3 fans so that you don't need an additional controller. It has high, low. There is a speed X setting here, and there's also an on-off switch, so you can turn the fans on and off completely if you want. Okay, here is our power and reset switches. These are the plugs for your USBs. It's kind of nice that they include little dust plugs for them, so when you're not using them, you can keep them clean. And these 2 here, I think, should be both, yeah, those are both your 2.0 ports. And then up here is going to be your 2 3.0 USB ports. And let me see if I can tilt this back again and show you that there is actually a hot swapper on the side here. I don't know if that'll pick it up very good. Oops. Well, anyway, that plug protects the hot swap, where there's a 2.5-inch hot swappable drive bay there. So you can use it for your storage drives or what have you, SSD drives if you want to use it for backup, or maybe to back up some information, keep some files on there. And then when you're not using it, just pop the dust filter back in. I'm going to take this other side cover off so we can get some light through the case, and I think you'll be able to see the inside a little bit better. This black case is just not showing up real well. You see a little better the grommeting here for your cable management. It also has a lot of pop outs here to attach your cables to. a nice large cutout here for replacing your CPU cooler without having to remove the motherboard from the tray. And this is a very deep design. I think they actually call this their deep case design. Actually, there's 8 inches from the motherboard tray to this outer rail. So you have plenty of space in here for running any types of reservoirs, water cooling tubes, whatever you might have to in here. I did say it included the 140 millimeter fan in the back, so you do get the 200 in the front and the 140 in the back. And we'll have a look at the back here of the cable management. Here's all your cables for your front USB, your fan controller, additional fan hookups, all of that. As you can see, here's where your bump outs are to use for cable management, as well as them stick-on ones that we had showed earlier. And there's also, I think the back cover is fairly flat. So we have about an inch from the back of the motherboard tray to this side panel that cables could be run. So you should be able to run a 24 pin or anything that you need to right back in this space without it being a problem. But overall, this is a huge case. Great for any type of serious gaming build, maybe home server, what have you. With the option to add 7 hard drives, you certainly could do a nice RAID array with the huge dimensions inside for a super motherboard, huge video cards, multiple video cards. This 330 millimeter, I believe I said it was. Yeah, from back to front here, you could easily add 3 or 4 video cards in there. The overall dimensions on this, on the outside dimensions, is that it's 510 millimeters long, 246 millimeters wide, so it's very deep, and 545 millimeters tall. So it is a big case. It is a huge full tower. It's got pretty much every feature I could think of that somebody might want on a gaming case, or just for a serious home build, with the water cooling ports, additional fan mountings, all the options on the top. That you could run the 2 120s, the 2 140s, or a 200 millimeter there for silence. Actually, another fan here. The side cover itself giving you the option to add 2 120s there to keep some cool air blowing right onto your video cards. But overall, I'm very impressed. It's a very nice looking case. It's got tons of features, and it's actually very reasonably priced for a full tower case. But anyway, that's going to be it for this product showcase. I want to thank RaidMax for providing this for our showcase. Once again, this was the RaidMax Vampire. And I want to thank you for watching.